live in a social media training that I run today, and my fucking alarm went off in the middle of the video, and you're like, what is that sound? It's the sound of me being a jackass is what that is.
Word. I just wanted to show you guys what not to do during a
This is how
silent mode.
What's up, everybody? It's Keefy from Ghost Code Magazine, ghostcodemag.com, and I'm here with the guys from Arrival of Autumn. What is up?
What's up, man? We're just kicking it.
Killing it in New York City, man.
Welcome back to New York, man. You guys were just here earlier in September. We saw you at the big Soulfly Evergrande show. It was awesome, and you really impressed the shit out of us. You guys played really early in the day and crushed it, and I think you guys earned a lot of fans. Dope new record, Harbinger, out on Nuclear Blast Records, and kind of like a success story that I like with you guys. I wanted to talk about that for a second. Real interesting backstory where you guys kind of had put out your own records and sent, I guess, your demo to Jason Suecoff, who took a shine to you guys, and then worked with him. Talk about how that came about, beside what I just explained.
Yeah, you're bang on, man. That's exactly it. We were like, hey, let's get something that's of proper caliber that we could start actually shopping the band with. And so we reached out to Suecoff specifically. We were like, that's our guy, you know? And he liked what we sent him and got us in quick, and we knocked out a sick demo that caught Nuclear Blast's attention.
Yeah, that's really it. Yeah, we were just like, who's the dude that makes all of our favorite records? And he was the guy, and thankfully he liked us, and you know the rest kind of is history. He took us under his wing and helped us soar, you know.
Word. And so Jason produced your self-released album, and then he came back and produced Harbinger, right?
No, the self-released one we produced with a guy from our hometown. Did a bunch of the recording ourselves, and then our friend engineered it, mixed it, and then we sent it out for mastering. So that was actually really just kind of figuring out how to record an album ourselves, how to see a project through to the end, and how to start playing shows and selling music as a band. And then this was the first record we did with Jason, the first record we did on a label. So
word.
Yeah.
And then a little bit more history too. So we went through 2 EPs of recording. So there's 2 EPs hidden out there of material, and then a bunch of that made it onto this album, onto the full length. But so that's how it all kind of started. So by the time we actually got around to recording the full length with Jason, we'd already recorded with him 2 times. So it was like it was almost like it was. I mean, it was comfortable from the beginning, but it was super comfortable by the time we made it to the album.
Yeah, there's some B-sides that might surface. The track Old Bones, we ended up recording in a different tuning for the album, so there's like a completely different version of that song that, if it sees the light of day, would be kind of fun.
Awesome. And is that music out there anywhere where we can find it yet?
No, not at all.
Or anything?
Top secret. You're not even supposed to know about this one, so...
All right, well, we'll keep it under wraps. I know we just had a big record store day, so maybe there'll be another one for the spring or something, an EP or a vinyl special 12-inch.
Yeah, it'd be
something
fun.
Cool.
We would love to do a vinyl. Tweet at Nuclear Blast if you want to see a vinyl from us, because we want to put one out for sure.
Word. And they've been great with you guys. I'm going to be honest.
The
like
best,
they've done for some of their baby bands, they just kind of push them out there and see what sticks. But I think specifically anything that Monte works on, the great Monte Connor, since we're in New York City and he's from here and has done such amazing stuff here in his past history. And Roadrunner and now Nuclear Blast Entertainment. So it's really cool to have kind of his stamp of approval on your record. It is very impressive. On the Journo side, it's like, oh, check that out, cosign, and props. So really cool.
Man's a goddamn legend. Like I've been a fan of his since forever. I mean, he's growing up as a kid. Like he signed some of my favorite bands, like Slipknot for one, massively important for me. And I remember like reading in a book of heavy metal about like the great Monte Connor, and then winding up having him be interested in our band and in our album was incredible. And Nuclear Blast has been nothing but great for us. So it's I don't know, it's been a bit of a dream for sure.
Killer. And they had a huge year with other bands. Like it's I know sometimes some young bands prefer to be kind of on a smaller label and see if they can be the band on a smaller label, but look, they're 25, 30 years in the business. They've had a phenomenal year. We just had our albums of the year countdown. It was like so many records from that label, including Soilwork in the top 10, which was I love them, but it was kind of a surprise to me that many of our staff agreed on something is unusual. So yeah, props to them, and congrats to you guys. It's it's a great record. I think people should go out and check it out. It's deep. For obviously you've been working at this for some time, so it's not just like, hey, this is our first thing, but it sounds really well composed and put together, and I love the tracks, and then there's the whole live thing too. So.
Yeah, well, I feel like we, despite it being our first album on the label, and like we've obviously put stuff out before, but it was like it felt like we really found our sound and really came into ourselves as a band on this album. So like we couldn't be more stoked on the album and to have it out on Nuclear Blast and be in the same be said in the same sentence as so many other incredible bands. It's a wild feeling. It's been a rush.
It gave us the opportunity to finally push us into that next bracket, and now we're on tour with In Flames. So that's what we wanted to do since we started this band in 2011. So it's awesome.
Killer, almost 10 years. People don't appreciate what it really takes to put a band out, and actually, I know everybody's like dreams of making it, but like people don't understand how the hard work you guys have done to get here.
Yeah, it's nothing but hard work, but it's so much fun. Like it's the best thing in the world. Like we've played terrible shows in front of 10 people, but had a blast doing it. Or not even terrible shows. Like we've played some really good shows in front of 10 people, but it's all like you learn so much, and the experience of like just hanging out with your buds and like going to a new town and playing a show, and then there's 10 kids there, but 5 of them buy t-shirts, and they're stoked on your band, and it's super rewarding that the people have been throughout our career, they've seen our passion, and they've reacted well to it. So it's cool when you put so much work and love and life into something, and then to see it connect with people is incredible. It is the best thing. So hard work, yes, but the best work, I would say.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because I know that the sort of the backstory on you guys, you're from a tiny town in the wilderness. So literally you're playing in a place that doesn't have a scene, or you are the scene.
Yeah.
Literally made your own scene. What is that like? And how do you carry some of those lessons you learned back then to now when you get to play at Sony Hall in New York City at a big place?
The biggest one is if you put the work in and see something through, the reward is always worth it. When we were starting, we were all under 18. We couldn't play bars. We had a handful of local venues. We had to front the rent. We had to front a PA and the front house guy. We had to try and convince other bands to play with us, And so we kind of sparked the local scene in our city when we started doing that kind of stuff. And when we started to play bars, we were like, okay, now we're driving out further. It's a lot easier to book shows in bars than it is to try and convince a band that you've never played with in a city 500 kilometers away to put on an all ages show. So once we all were of age, we could branch out a lot more, and then we learned how to tour, how to do that, and the pros and cons. You learn a lot every single time you do that, and so now we just know, hey, if we book this 7-week tour with In Flames and we just crush it, it's going to be very worth it, and a really great journey to be on.
Yeah, I think that's sort of the coming from a small town mentality and having to build it on our own is really that's never left us. That's been a driving force of this band. Is don't wait for the opportunity, make the opportunity, because we've gotten some pretty incredible opportunities, like being on the road with In Flames, and earlier this summer, Soulfly and Unearth finally breaking into the States. But it's we don't wait for that sort of thing to come along. It's when stuff isn't happening, we make it happen. So being from so isolated, no one's looking to see what bands are popping up in Grand Prairie to check out. It's we gotta put our own name out there. We gotta we gotta play those rooms in front of 5-10 people, and then kill it, and then come back to that city, play in front of 15 or 20, and then come back and play in front of 30, 40, 50, and then that's just how we've done it. And it's stay hungry. I don't think there's any other way, and that's how we've done it. That's how we're gonna keep doing it.
Love it. Stay hungry like Twisted Sister. Word. I have you run up against any misconceptions being, Canadian guys? I know we're very droll here in America. We're not very creative, but you guys are very humble, and you made a lot of jokes last time you were here about, we're from nowhere and you've never heard of where we're from and stuff. But do you find any of your new fans here in the States have any weird thoughts about Canada?
They ask if we're from Toronto, and then they ask if we like hockey. So it's kind of cool to be like, no, we're from here, and there's music here that you're unaware of, and it's awesome. Like the Western Canadian metal scene is amazing.
Yeah, we only know like Toronto, Montreal, and maybe if you like hockey, you know Ottawa and Edmonton, and that, you just know the hockey cities. That's all you know here in America. South. We're not quite South America, but Southern North America.
I think like there, as far as a misconception, it's people are sometimes a little bit in disbelief of us. They're like, okay, I heard this band was from wherever, and like I didn't even check them out before I came. But then like even on this tour, we're experiencing this a lot, where it's like people just get blown away by it, and they're like, I had no idea you guys were going to be this good. And I don't want to talk this up too much, but it's like this is how we got here, by just getting better and better every time. Like make a mistake, improve it, do something good, do it better next time, and so a lot of people are like, you're from where, what, and then it's like we almost get written off a lot of times because we're not from a New York or a Toronto or a Vancouver or something like that. But then they see what we are and what we can do and what we're all about, and we love doing it, and then people get convinced. So it's like that it's been that's. Been a good track record for us.
Killer. And I love the maple leafogram. I'm gonna call it that. That's what I think it is.
Maplegram.
Maplegram.
So very,
pentagram, maple leaf. It's fucking amazing. I saw it on stage. I saw you wearing the shirt a few months back, and my mind was just blown, dude. I was like, that is fucking awesome.
So, credit to our guitar player
that?
Brendan. Yeah.
It was like we wanted something Canadian, but also Hail Satan. So. Ipso facto, Maplegram.
Yeah.
We're ipso facto, Latin, getting all kinds of stuff here today.
That's probably not even the correct Latin term for the circumstance, but that's what I'm going to stick with. No one look it up.
No one's going to look it up. It's fine. We'll see who even watches this. Not because of you guys, because you guys are awesome. But any case, man, it's just been awesome catching up with you. Super proud of you guys and your success. The album is awesome. People go check it out. I fear for people sleeping on you, because already out of the gate, you guys have killed it on this album, and 2 times on seeing you guys on tour. It's really awesome. We need young bands. Our heroes are going away. Slayer just retired. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on the end of Slayer, but we need new bands to take the place of the.
That's how I feel about it. Yeah, I mean, all of our favorite bands are all eventually gonna stop, and who's gonna keep it going? So.
Yeah, I mean,
I ain't got to do it, but somebody's got to do it.
Gotta do it.
And I'd hate if someone else did it. So
we're just gonna go ahead and do that then.
Yeah,
we'll be the next Slayer Stadium band.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I hope so. I hope it happens. We'll be here if it does.
Either way, we're gonna keep doing our thing and having a blast doing it. So.
Yeah, dude, I love that. I love the PMA, man. I love it. That's what we need. More of that good PMA. I'm Keefy from Ghost Code Magazine, man, and these are the guys from Arrival of Autumn. If you like videos like this, like and subscribe, follow our shit, and just like them, we're on all the social medias, so check us out. I'm Keefy, and we're out.
Hail Satan.